Welcome to Joe's Atmosphere. All right, boys and girls, good to see you this evening. We're going to get into a little bit more serious subjects tonight. A little less fun, a little more seriousness, because if you're going to be a citizen in a free country, you got to be vigilant. So I got some stuff I think you guys need to be aware of tonight, in case you haven't heard about it. First off, we're going to talk about the congressional hearings about TikTok this week. Why are they doing them now? We may have found out a reason why when we looked into the new bill that they're talking about using for the banning of TikTok. We'll get into that. Plus, Marvel Studios, do they have a problem on their hands with Johnathon Majors getting in trouble? He is innocent until proven guilty. And that is all fine and good, but their entire next phase and a lot of the phase after it, 5 and 6, are based on his villain. So, do they have a big problem? We'll discuss that. And we'll also talk about the unfortunate incident in Nashville this week. And we're going to ask the question, why are they suppressing the manifesto? We'll get into all of that and more tonight on State of the Atmosphere. All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard. It's good to see you. I am your host, Joe's Atmosphere, and as usual, I have a friend. I have one friend with me tonight, and it's John Das Wolfen. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, everybody else is busy tonight. Small Time Republic had some errands to run after work, and Knox said he was busy tonight too. So. It's you and me, pal, unless we get some other visitors in. But I think we got some stuff to talk about. How are you doing, man? How's your recovery coming along?
It's coming along fine. Progressing on my diet plan, and my wounds are pretty much healed. So I've been cleared for like swimming and gym and all that stuff. So.
Well, that's good, man. That's good. I've been busy trying to get this. We're trying to get this deck done before WrestleMania Sunday. I was thinking about having some people over. We got the show Sunday on Pop Culture Minefield. Dork Side of the Ring, and it's WrestleMania is 2 weeks now. Okay, or excuse me, 2 days. 2 days instead of just one now, and so you've got a bunch of stuff on Saturday night. Actually, they have 2 shows Saturday if you count NXT. Their minor league, their developmental league has stuff all afternoon, and then they've got the show Saturday night, and we'll be on Sunday before the rest of it on Sunday night. So that's gonna be a fun show. We'll see, because we made predictions last week, so it'll be good to see whose predictions did what. You know what I mean? So let's see. What's Real Wade Nation talking about? Have 8 puppies born last night. Yeah, I saw the video, man. He sent that to me. You go, man. Got plenty of puppies. You gonna sell them? You gonna give them away? What you gonna do? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so our first story tonight that we're going to get into that I thought was really interesting this week was the TikTok hearings on Capitol Hill. And the question I pose is why now? I mean, because TikTok has been around for a while. And people are, I know my stepson, if it was gone tomorrow, he'd be upset. He would be super upset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He really would. That guy right there, he loves him some TikTok, man. He's on there all the time. Let's see. What was he saying? Can't listen right now, but hope you two are well and also your brother. Yeah, for sure, man. You'll see him tomorrow night, and we'll be talking about these very same things, but not in as much detail. But let's see. I wanted to share this with you guys. This is I want to share some of the video from this story in the past week. Let's see if I can get it set up correctly the first time around here. You know, Joe likes to screw this stuff up occasionally. Let's see if I can pull this off. Uh, okay, we got that screen. We got to share audio. And yeah, that should do it. Okay. This is a news report about that right here.
I first of all disagree with the characterization.
TikTok CEO in the hot seat Thursday. Chouzi Chu faced hours of tough questions from U.S. lawmakers at a congressional hearing who are convinced the Chinese-owned short video app should be barred for being a potential national security threat to the United States. Committee Chair Republican Kathy McMorris Rogers.
TikTok collects nearly every data point imaginable, from people's location to what they type and copy, who they talk to, biometric data, and more. We do not trust TikTok will ever embrace American values for freedom, human rights, and innovation. TikTok has repeatedly chosen the path for more control, more surveillance, and more manipulation.
TikTok says it has more than 150 million American users. The company has faced sharp accusations that its U.S. user data would be shared with the Chinese government and that it fails to adequately protect children from harm. Chu began his testimony by highlighting his Singaporean roots and tried to show the company is independent from the Chinese government.
We do not promote or remove content at the request of the Chinese government. It is our commitment to this committee and all our users that we will keep this free from any manipulation by any government.
Chu's testimony capped a week of actions by the Chinese company aimed at convincing Americans and their lawmakers that the app creates economic value and supports free speech amid growing calls to ban it. Several members of the committee also pressed Chu about their concerns about the lack of content moderation on the platform, including Republican Representative Bob Latta, who discussed the death of a girl who took part in a choking challenge she found out about on the app.
Unfortunately, this is one of the many devastating examples of children losing their lives because of content promoted by TikTok.
Congressman, as a father myself, when I hear about the tragic deaths of
My question
people,
is,
it's
do
heartbreaking.
you find that good faith moderation?
Well, Congressman, Section 230 is a very complex issue.
Yes or no?
We are very focused on safety, and all these dangerous challenges are removed when we find them.
TikTok says it rigorously screens content that could harm children and has spent more than $1.5 billion on a security project to store TikTok's U.S. user data and keep it away from others. Last week, the company said that President Joe Biden's administration demanded TikTok's Chinese owners divest their stakes in the app or face a potential ban. China's Ministry of Commerce said Thursday that forcing a sale of TikTok would seriously damage the confidence of investors around the world when it comes to investing in the U.S., and that China would oppose it.
So that's just the Reader's Digest version of what went on this week. But that guy, every time I was watching, that's what he faced. Every time he tried to answer a question, people just talked right over him every time. And I'm not defending it at all, but it sure seemed like they were railroading him big time. The question, I saw one where they were asking him his opinion on the what is it? Is it help me out, John. The refugees they have in that country.
The Uyghur, the Uyghur Muslim
That's
population.
it. The Uyghur Muslim population, and he was like, I don't know about that. I don't have any opinion on that, and he was getting berated for it. You know what I mean? And so it just seemed like to me that it was like a railroad job. It really did.
Well,
But
it doesn't matter what side's in charge. That's the way those hearings always go.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Anytime they have one of those things, it sure seems like it's political theater. You
It's
know,
a dog and pony show. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
yeah. I tell you what, the January 6th one where they had a big screen with a bunch of video on it and stuff. I was like, man, are they setting this up for a theater or what? Man, this is crazy. But we got an article here. Hang on. I've got to switch screens here. Okay. We've got an article here. The White House is very in favor of a bill thought to target TikTok. The platform has drawn close congressional scrutiny because the data of users could be available to the government of China. Now, let me say before we even get started that I've seen the terms of service for this, and they're crazy. They do overreach a lot on your data and stuff. If you don't have to be on TikTok, I would suggest you don't even get involved in it. It's oh god,
I don't even have it installed on my phone.
It's like a video version of Twitter. It's just wow. It's nuts. But let's see. One of the authors of the Senate bill that would enable the U.S. Commerce Department to ban technologies with links to foreign governments has said that Biden White House is very in favor of the measure, but stops short of saying whether the administration has discussed possibly prohibiting the Chinese-owned platform TikTok in particular. Let's see. This is Warner being quoted as saying, I think the White House is very in favor of this bill. The chair of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence said, without saying whether Biden's administration would push for those steps to be taken against TikTok, Warner said, we would give the Secretary of Commerce the tools to ban, to force a sale. Yeah. Government dictating what private companies do. That smells like something to me.
That sounds like fascism.
That sounds a lot like it. It does. And once again, I am not a big fan of TikTok. I just recently got on it just to put out some videos to promote my my stuff, and that's all I'm going to use it for. But that's also all I use Twitter for. I use Twitter to just get stuff for stories, you know, and stuff like that. I try and be smart with the way I use these social medias. I don't let this stuff get to me. Some people they can't handle it, you know. But look, we got somebody else decided to come in, and
Knock.
I thought you were busy tonight, Knock. What's up, man?
Yeah, no, it wasn't that I was really busy. I just wasn't sure how much I'd contribute to these conversations tonight. But in this in particular was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I definitely have some opinions on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, let me finish putting the stuff out that I collected for this one, man. I tell you what, I hope you're doing well, by the way. We didn't get a chance to say hi yet. How's everything going at work, man? You good?
Yeah, great.
Okay, that's good. Hang on. Let's see what's going on in the chat. E. Clay Thomas says, it's funny how Congress doesn't mind Google, Apple, Facebook, etc. spying on people, but they do TikTok. Yeah. And I think this is more about Silicon Valley getting its lunch eaten by TikTok and dollars. And they're using Congress to shutter the competition. Well,
ad revenue.
Right, ad revenue, exactly.
Ad revenue.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. This next thing I'm going to show you, it may be a little bit more devious than that, guys. Okay, it may be a little bit more devious than that, because this is from Greg Price. Now he is from a rented lips right-wing organization, but He says the bill to ban TikTok is absolutely terrifying. It gives the government the ability to go after anyone they deem as a national security risk, at which point they can access everything from their computer to video games to their ring light. This is the Patriot Act of the internet. And if you look at this stuff, this section addressing information and communications technology products and services that pose undue and unacceptable risk, imposing and enforcing any mitigation measures to address any risk arising from any covered transaction, rented lips, transaction by any person or with respect to any property subject to the jurisdiction of the United States that the secretary determines. One guy.
Yeah,
One guy can determine this.
And they're classifying anything you do on the internet as a transaction. You do a search, that's a transaction.
Yep. They could look at desktop applications, mobile applications, gaming applications, payment applications, or web-based applications, or information and communications technology products and services integral to artificial intelligence and machine learning. And I'm not going to go through all of this, but I will tell you his next tweet is the one that everybody should really be concerned with. And that's this one. Believe it or not, it gets even worse. If they find, that's what he meant to say. If they find you in violation, they can put you in jail for 20 years, fine you $1 million, and seize your property. They can also deem any foreign government an adversary without informing Congress, and everything they do is not subject to the FOIA. So, I mean,
they can claim anybody as a foreign agent, including American citizens.
Yeah, it's pretty scary, man. It's pretty scary, this stuff that they're trying to put in this bill. Basically, you could go to jail for having a VPN if they deem that you're trying to hide something. If you look into this, I highly recommend you guys look up Greg Price. He's let's see, he is the communications director for the State Freedom Caucus Network. Okay, so look him up and check out in detail everything he put up. It's almost like Twitter file stuff. He put up so much stuff, but hey, I'm glad somebody is being vigilant and taking a look at the documentation they're trying to put before Congress. Yeah. I stayed away from TikTok until about 2 weeks ago, and when I shot that video of the Blue Angels that I used last week, that's when I put that on TikTok. But I've been watching my stepson on here lately, and some of that stuff's just nutty, man. It's crazy. It's like I said, it's like the Twitter of friggin' video applications, really.
That's where that Tide Pod challenge came from.
Yeah, and I'm sure that choking incident thing that they were talking about that we saw in the video, parenting has a lot to do with that too. So, you just can't put it all on the video thing. You know what I'm saying? But let's see. Christian Delorme says, "Hey guys, you are on the big screen in my living room." All right, man. It's good to see you, dude.
Giant head.
Right?
It's big head mode.
So, Knock, what did you want to contribute to the conversation on TikTok this evening?
No, I mean, look, TikTok, just like Twitter, you can kind of choose where you want to go.
That's it.
The algorithm on there, depends. It really depends on how long. It's not about your fucking irises, but it depends on how long you watch a video. If you're watching a video with, big boobs in it for more than a minute, they're going to create an algorithm where you see more videos with big boobs in it.
Yeah. If
you see, something that's educational and you watch it for more than a minute, you're going to get more stuff that's educational, and you'll get it for more than a minute. That's how the algorithm works on that thing.
Yep.
You know, it all depends on what you're into when you're scrolling through it. And then you can really, and then just like with Twitter, it's hashtag whatever. You can put whatever title you want in it, and then you just watch things along that one. You know, there's education talk. There's all kinds of shit on there.
Yeah.
It's the internet.
The internet does what the internet does. Yes.
Yeah, and anything having to do with kids, that's on parents, man. This bullshit that Congress is blaming them. That they're not supposed to be on the platform. And then, well, they're severely, you know, they have the age thing, which is, you know, kids have been ignoring that since.
I mean,
it was.
I am brand new to TikTok,
but
I have not looked into what safeguards they can put on it.
But I mean, what kid is actually telling their real age? It's so stupid. But there's no way to go about. That's so dumb. So and so that is where it falls on the parents.
It does fall on the parents.
Yeah. It's pure and simple.
It's another case of the state trying to be your parent.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just that it's not the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah, you should be watching out for my kid. Really?
No.
Really?
No.
Don't we do that enough at school? Like, what? They take care of your kid like half the day. You can't take care of your kid the other half of the day? Like, what the what are you doing?
And there's a lot of people that just don't agree with the way the state is watching their kids during the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, my sister is a teacher, and she tells me all the time about how the parents, you know, she continually messages these parents, and they don't do anything. They don't address the behavior of these kids, because she doesn't have bad kids this year. Because she can handle them, she kept getting like the problem kids. Yeah. And don't let them know you can do something. Yeah, you'll be doing it all the time. Yeah, then. Well, no, now she's teaching the specialized split second and third grade class. It's, you know, half second grade, half third grade. But she tells me all the time about how the parents are, and I'm like, you know, that's a big problem. That's a big reason why the kids are acting the way they are, because they're not raised by the parents. They're not instilled with any sort of moral compass of any kind. Mm-hmm. And they're raised on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook, or not Facebook, but Twitter. And because Facebook's for old people like us. Yeah. Every time I get on one of these shows, I hear somebody say, if you guys still use Facebook, you know, and I'm like, yeah, I do. I mean, I've been on it forever.
You know, they and this has been beaten to death by even TikTokers.
1 second, knock. Hey, Pope, it's good to see you, brother. Yeah. Sorry about that. Go ahead, man. Sorry.
It's how it shined a light on how inept these congressmen are to technology. Like, the questions they were asking were just so asinine and
they were
ridiculous.
What do the Wiggers have to do, or Uyghurs, whatever, however you pronounce it, have to do with TikTok? They have nothing to do with it.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was about the technology itself. Do the TikTok look at your eyes as they dilate, and that's how they control the algorithm? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
I missed that. Who said that?
Oh, God. That has been, okay, hang on. I'll
look it up, man. Share it with me, because I gotta see that.
Definitely called it,
but it does not surprise me, Knock. Not one bit.
Their questions were absolutely stupid. Hang on. You guys continue, and I'll look for it.
Yeah, but the whole thing is this. And look, I am not. You're hearing me talk. I think the place is a cesspool myself, but there are a lot of eyes on it. I mean, when I was working the helplines before I became a resident manager where I'm working, okay, I worked for their helpline services, right? And we had one girl between calls. That's all she did was scroll through TikTok, man. That's all she was doing. And this girl's older than me. She was in her 60s, and she's just addicted to it, man. Couldn't get enough of it. Huh?
One of my nephews, that's what he does all day long, is he's on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Pope says, working on a slideshow for tomorrow. I may have been just a little over ambitious on this one. Laugh out loud. My brother, if you're starting at the beginning of rock and roll and you want to cover the whole thing, you're doing a few shows, bro. Just keep going on that slideshow, man.
Yeah.
You're going to look like me and my brother doing the headlines tomorrow night if you try and squeeze it all into one show. You won't be talking about one thing at all. Yeah, you guys, if you don't subscribe to Pope and E. Clay Thomas and Christian, you go ahead and subscribe to him, especially Pope. He's doing a rock and roll show tomorrow night. As soon as I'm done with my brother's show, I'm going to be on it talking about the history of rock and roll is what he's doing tomorrow night. So definitely want to get involved with that. But like I said, I am no big proponent of this platform. They do silly shit on there. And you know, the fun thing is to see hot girls dancing and singing to songs. Now that's cool. I'm down with that. Everybody knows I'm a dirty old man. I will always be down with girls, fully grown adult women. Thank you.
The problem is a lot of those aren't fully grown adult women.
Yeah, that's what's scary. You know,
they may look that way, but they're actually 14, 15 years old. And I'm like,
yeah. Pope says TikTok is a mimetic weapon against the West. Simple as that. He's saying. Well, you know, I think that their terms of service are way out of whack, silly. And the stuff that you sign off on, you're signing off to let them collect all that data on you when you get on that platform. So you've got to read the fine print. If you just are signing in to make a few videos and get off, it ain't like that. If you read those things, you got a lot going on there. So watch what you do. Did you find it yet, buddy? Are you still looking? And as if to answer my question. And he took it back down. What happened, Knock? I was about to put it up. Oh man. But anyway, like I said, I just started using
the whole new audio thing. I didn't have audio turned on.
I got you. Okay. All right. Here you go, brother. Take it away.
Can you say with 100% certainty that TikTok does not use the phone's camera to determine whether the content that elicits a pupil dilation should be amplified by the algorithm? Can you tell me that?
We do not collect body, face, or voice data to identify our users. We do not. The only face data that you will get that we collect is when you use the filters to have, say, sunglasses on your face. We need to know where your eyes are.
Why do you need to know what the eyes are if you're not seeing if they're dilated?
And that data is stored on your local device.
He is stuck on the dilated thing, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Again, we do not collect body, face, or voice data to identify our users.
I find that hard to believe. It's our understanding that they're looking at the eyes. How do you determine what age they are then?
We rely on age gating as our key age assurance.
Age
gating, which is when you ask the user what age they are. We have also developed some tools where we look at their public profile to go through the videos that they post to see whether...
Well, that's creepy. Tell me more about that.
It's public. So if you post a video, you choose that video to go public. That's how you get people to see your video. We look at those to see if it matches up the age that you talked about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh man.
That's crazy. That was the line of questioning for the whole 5 hours.
That's just wow.
One of them asked, "Can it connect to my Wi-Fi?" Yes.
Yes, it can, because your phone can.
So it can hack into my Wi-Fi. Like that's the kind of shit they were spewing the Congress people. Like this is, look, I can't say, I have no proof that TikTok is can get its information, Chinese Republic, whatever you call it, can force them to get them information. I don't know. No one will ever actually know. There will always be conspiracies because there's conspiracies on everything. Mm-hmm. But just to take TikTok as part and separate it from every other social media thing out there is ridiculous. It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
Google gave China data to users. Now, granted, they were Chinese users, but gave the users to the government, and they helped build their great firewall.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's in this testimony. He's saying he wants They want to bring the data farms here to America to be controlled by Americans and by American security companies, and it wouldn't even be so it'd be governed by American law, and that wasn't good enough, and this wasn't really a testimony. It was just inventing their fucking old age wisdom, quote unquote, and trying to pass it on because they just don't know how technology works at all.
I have got old age wisdom, and I know better than what that guy's spouting. That's just silliness. That's a guy that is clueless about technology. I mean, completely clueless. Does not.
And
even know.
there is something to be said to where I'm not saying it can't happen. That's not what I'm saying. When people get spied on, absolutely. We give up. We give that shit up freely.
Yeah.
There's people like, don't put your picture on Facebook. Well, do you have a driver's license? Guess what? The government has your picture already, dumbass. Like, it's already out there. You can try to hide yourself, but unless you live in the mountains, they're gonna know what you're doing. Like, it's part of accepting, life in this world now, where it's freedom versus security. You're gonna have one or the other, and that's just how it is right now. So.
I'd rather freedom, but hey, that's just me. Christian says, but really, the American government collects lots of info on social media. These hearings are just a backdoor into government control and censoring social medias. That's the question I always ask. Why now? That's the question I'm asking. Because TikTok's been around for how long now, guys? How long has it been around now?
It's been a couple years. It's only it's only been a couple of years. It's not been that long. Not like a decade.
Pope says there's no such thing as a private company in a fascist communist system. Well, this is true. Well, absolutely.
Didn't TikTok start out as Vine?
You'd have to look into that.
It grew out of the idea of it. I don't know if it.
Yeah.
Did they buy out Vine or whatever?
I don't know the semantics of that, but it's sure you have to ask why, and we've brought up some pretty good points here. Follow the money first of all, man, and Silicon Valley
has stock in Meta,
right? Which one's got stock in Meta that's just tanking? Because wow, did they overreach on that thing, right? You got to look at that. You got to look at. I mean, my big thing is that thing that Greg Price highlighted. Read the bill, guys. Don't let them pass this bill without reading it. They are really overreaching. It does look like the Patriot Act of the internet. And if that gets passed, they could charge you with anything they wanted and just shut you down. Period. It's ridiculous.
Another clue as to why it's follow the money. It's the fact that both sides in this Congress is against this. Both sides, Republican and Democrats, both. Like they're agreeing on this.
Yeah, Greg in his tweet called it the uniparty. In other words, both parties are all behind it. Pope Metallica says Vine's owned by Twitter, and TikTok is based on it, but it as a competitor. Yeah. Okay.
I just think if it was banned, someone's just gonna create another one. Even TikTok's probably gonna die someday. If nothing happened and they never got banned, there's just gonna be something else that comes along to take its place. It's not hard to create these apps.
Well,
it's not hard to get people on them. But
look, every other app has a short video platform that looks just like TikTok now.
Yep.
YouTube has got shorts.
YouTube Shorts, yeah.
Yeah, and friggin' Facebook has Reels, and Reels are on. Of course, Instagram and Facebook are owned by the same entity.
Yeah.
Meta. They both have Reels, which is the same damn thing. TikTok, you got to give it to them. They came up with something that people wanted, and
but if they think getting rid of TikTok is going to make them go to Meta, it's not going to happen.
No, it's not. It's not. But if you follow the money, they probably just want to hurt them, but they could just pick up and start up again with something else. You are absolutely correct. But bottom line is this: if you don't need to be on those sites, stay off of them anyway. They're asking way too much in their terms of service as far as your data and
Yep.
stuff. Like I said, the only
Like
reason
now
why I
it's
even
just becoming
downloaded it.
too much ads. Now it's just ads. They're literally making TikTok ads.
Yeah.
Like
That's the only thing I'm using it for is to put ads out for my video content, and that's it. You
No,
know?
I mean like companies are making ads, portraying them as TikTok videos.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not hard to believe.
Any kind of meme that goes out there, an ad company will take that for Doritos, and they'll use that meme in their video.
Right. Yeah. And you see a lot of what I think's funny, and I've got to find a way to do it. I was working on a new video for us. I started the video, guys. I started the video for this show, and I can't remember who was it said they wanted to be a certain person. Was it you, John, or was it Matt? He said he wanted to be somebody. Did he say he wanted to be Tom Cruise in Top Gun or something like that? I can't remember. But
I don't
That
either.
sounds like Matt.
yeah, that sounds like him. But I started on the video. But what I think's funny is when I see one of these TikTok videos that's actually based on a full length video, and there's all this pan and scan going on. You know what I mean? To get it to that slim view
Now,
on the.
It was
ahead.
me. I wanted to be Michael Douglas and falling down.
That's it. Michael Douglas and falling down. Okay, I got two of you. I know what to do with Knock. He's going to be a Star Wars character, no doubt about it. I might just make him either Kylo Ren or Darth Vader, one of the two, with his helmet off.
Yeah, Darth Bane, or Darth Revan.
Darth Vader, Darth Revan. Where do I get footage of those fools?
I don't know. Good luck.
Yeah, right. Unobtainium, Joe. That's what I want.
Now, what am I gonna do with Darth Vader? You're gonna have him with his mask off and half my head missing? I don't know.
I don't know. I'll come up with something for you. Something with a cowboy hat, maybe, because I know your character on DCO always wants to wear a cowboy hat. Let's see. Christian says, and why now, Joe? The war in Ukraine, anti-Chinese sentiments from your government. This is the perfect time for an overbearing law on all social media. Yeah, tensions are getting ramped up as a byproduct of this thing going on in Ukraine. I mean, we're going to be doing stories tomorrow night about the South China Sea. We're starting to get into it with the Chinese down there. So tune in for that tomorrow night. We'll be talking about that stuff.
Russia moved nukes into Belarus.
Yep. It's none of this escalation looks good to me, folks.
Nope.
I do not like it. And we've been covering it for the whole year plus, me and my brother have. Okay, so anything else we want to talk about with TikTok tonight? Me personally, I say this: when you sign up for one of these social media platforms, know that they are going to monitor what you do.
Yep.
But you don't have to be on it 24/7. If you get on it 24/7, then they're going to know everything you're doing. So that's my thoughts on it. I'm on just like every other social media. I'm going to use it responsibly. I'm not going to let it melt my brain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think just like anything else, whether it's YouTube or any other social media platform, it is what you make it. I think TikTok, just like YouTube. How many people have learned things simply? I've watched tons of videos on IT shit. I've watched at least 100 hours worth so far in this last year and a half on just IT stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's out there. It is there.
Absolutely.
And it is what you make it. Unfortunately, with TikTok, I think it's just going to eat itself, just like any other company, because there's too many ads. At some point, there's going to be too many ads, and people are going to go to a site, a new app, the new and fresh app. Kids these days, it's all fads, and they're going to find there's going to be another app that's going to come about. It's going to have less ads because now I'm telling you that the app is just all ads.
Yeah, it is.
Every other clip is an ad now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna grind people down. Eventually, you're gonna leave. It's starting to kill my interest in it. And I've been pretty on TikTok for the last couple of years. Got hooked on it, but it's just so many ads, and they're just fake ads and fake TikTok video ads. It's just ridiculous. So Ugh.
Yeah, I tell you, it's funny that there are good portions of it. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I can't, for instance, YouTube. I cannot tell you how much money I have saved on mechanics when something goes wrong with my car. I just fixed my transmission not too long ago with a video from TikTok. You know, I mean, or not TikTok, but from YouTube. But it could very easily have been on TikTok. You know, the
See, that's
fix
what
was that
YouTube
easy.
is. That's what YouTube is supposed to be, not this
Yeah.
corporate, only pushing corporate stuff. This is where you learn stuff, you learn how to do things, you show off your talents, that sort of thing. Not here's this corporate product we're going to push.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite lines in a TV show, I think it might have been The Office, I can't remember, it was like, are the people from YouTube coming to film us?
The people from YouTube.
I don't know why I
That's
remember that
you,
line.
fool.
I can't remember what TV show that's from, but it was like, yeah, are they coming? Are they coming here?
Well, I mean, I watch other artists to pick up whatever little tricks of the trade I can pick up off of them. They've got guys that sit there and teach you how to draw comic books on YouTube. It's a great tool, but in the wrong hands, doing some sly shit, the Tide Pod friggin' challenge and shit like that. That's complete ignorance, and really, that's parenting. You've got to, watch your kids a little closer, get involved in what they're doing.
I mean, parental controls these days are everywhere. Just nobody uses them.
Yeah, but they're there. They can
They're
be
absolutely
used.
there. They're there on TikTok. On
teach 'em.
TikTok, they actually have things on TikTok where they can limit the amount of time they can even be on the app
Right.
based on their
Mhm.
age.
Yep.
Like, they can limit it. And I honestly, before these congressional hearings, I'd never even heard of that feature. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
But it's there.
I think that I saw a story on that last year that they were actually using it in China to limit the kids' screen time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think I remember that story last year. So look, guys, don't let the government do the thinking for you. And definitely check out that bill. What is the name of that bill? I forgot the name of it. Restraint or something that starts with an R. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but you've got to check that out. The bill that they're trying to ban TikTok with, we don't need that. We don't need that at all. No. So, all right. With that said, we're going to move on to our next subject, and it's all about Marvel Studios. As usual, I can't get through a show without talking about Marvel Studios and what they're doing at this particular time. We got. Do they have a Johnathon Majors problem? Let's discuss. We found out last week that he was arrested, I believe last Friday. I'm fixing to pull up an article on it. I believe it was last Friday.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
Oh, dude, yes. Johnathon Majors arrested for alleged assault in New York. Actor denies wrongdoing. He was arrested on Saturday, New York, on domestic violence allegations after a dispute with a 30-year-old woman. According to a statement from the NYPD, the woman told officers that she was assaulted and was taken to the hospital with minor injuries to her head and neck. The representative for Majors denied the allegations. He has done nothing wrong, Majors spokesperson said in a statement to Variety. We look forward to clearing his name and clearing this up. According to the police statement, and this looks really good for him, the officers received a 911 call around 11:14 a.m. and I don't know if they mentioned. Let's continue. A preliminary investigation determined that the 33-year-old male was involved in a domestic dispute with a 30-year-old female. Police said the victim informed police she was assaulted. Officers placed the 33-year-old male into custody without incident. The victim sustained minor injuries to her head and neck and was removed to an area hospital in stable condition. One thing this article hasn't mentioned, and I've seen several news outlets say, he's the one that placed the 911 call to because he was worried about his girlfriend. Okay, so that plays well in his favor. But as we know, we're in the United States, and we are, we're innocent until proven guilty. But chinks in the armor are being found, apparently. This particular story is from we've got this covered, which take it with a grain of salt, guys. Don't know if this one is pertinent or not, but it says filmmakers speak out on sociopath Johnathon Majors and his vicious, cruel, abusive nature following arrest. Until yesterday, Johnathon Majors was riding the crest wave of the biggest. Okay, that's all garbage. Yeah. However, after it emerged that the 33-year-old had been arrested in New York following allegations of assault against a woman, it didn't take long for the floodgates to open. While Majors and his team have denied any wrongdoing and are vowing to clear his name in the wake of the headline-grabbing incident, filmmaker A.B. Allen revealed the Lovecraft Country alum was the unnamed figure behind a tweet that was initially posted in February of this year. Allen then doubled down on their sentiment, expressing personal hopes that the wheels came off Major's entire career, but not before underlining that due to the potentially upsetting and inflammatory nature of the tweets, they wouldn't be diving any deeper into the matter for the time being. And the tweets are here that he's talking about. However, Allen's explosive revelations were nothing compared to the Society Theater co-founder and Broadway veteran Tim Nicolai had to say. Even if the actor and director has since deleted his own posts where he claimed that Majors is a sociopath and abuser, and that is how virtually everyone speaks about him. It's a shame it took this long for him to be reported. Yeah, I'm seeing quite a few articles like this. I personally think that, let the justice system do its work, and don't make any judgments on this guy. But it looks like Marvel may have a problem on their hands with Johnathon Majors, much like DC had with whatever that goof's name
Ezra
is.
Miller.
Ezra Miller.
Who's still in the movie, so
Yeah, he's still in the movie. So hey,
What fallout has there been? Nothing.
No. He hasn't been. I mean, I don't know what.
But then again, we are talking about Disney, who fired a guy from tweets from 10 years ago.
Yes, absolutely.
And then begged him back.
Begged him back, and now he's gone for good. Yeah.
Now he's
running the competition. Yeah.
Dumbasses.
I'm doing the show, Don. What's up with you, man? It's good to see you.
I don't condone cancel culture, but in this instance, you can't help but miss the hypocrisy of it, because Justin Roiland was immediately canned from his own show, forced to resign from his own game company that he started, and lost all his his stuff, basically, all because of false allegations that was later proven to be not true. Which they basically ruined his life over what one person said.
Yeah.
And yet it's been radio silence about Johnathon Majors.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one major difference between the two.
One's backed by a multi-billion-dollar company. Yeah.
Well, no, I was going to point out one's white, the other one's not.
Ah, see. Well, I'm not even worried about that aspect of
it. One checks boxes for him, the other one doesn't.
No, I got you. Well, my whole thing is this guy is the linchpin for the next 2 phases of their movies.
Yeah.
He's their next Thanos. And, I've heard reports that she withdrew her allegations.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen
I haven't
that.
seen any. I've heard it, but I haven't seen anything concrete about that.
Well, the DA went ahead and charged him, so he has
Yeah,
been charged.
he's been charged, and in a domestic violence case, they have that right. They can charge if they feel there's evidence of it. They can charge him. He's been charged, and usually they don't file charges against him unless they think they've got something. So, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes because, I mean, like I said, he is the linchpin in everything they're doing, But then again, one thing that I know Knock can't stand, because he said it before, they're backing stuff up. They're backing a bunch of stuff up. All their TV shows are getting backed up.
Well,
I think
that's
Go
due
ahead.
to money issues.
Yeah.
Because Disney is in serious financial trouble. People don't like to talk about it, but they have to cut $5.5 billion this year.
Wow. Yeah, these movies are not the cash cows they once were.
Nope.
And wow, I tell you what, you can say what you want about Ant-Man. Did you see how Shazam did its opening weekend?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, that's because
wow.
James Gunn came out and said, "Oh, we're rebooting everything." So people are like, "Well, why do I go bother to see this? I'll just wait and see it when it comes to streaming."
Yeah, it's almost like they need to go back to kayfabe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep a lid on it, people. You know what I mean? Let's see what Don's talking about. Did you hear about the police standoff in Alexandria, Virginia, 24 hours after it started with a woman on a busy road? No, I haven't seen that one yet. I'll have to check that out. Send me something on DMs on Facebook, man, and I will definitely squeeze it into the show tomorrow night. This could be a huge problem for them. A big one.
And it's not just the fact that he is going to be in several movies. It's the fact he's the major villain of the next 2 Avengers movies.
That's it. Yeah. Of course, they haven't started filming those yet.
No.
But I have to imagine he's in the next Loki series, right?
Yeah, he would be in season 2 of Loki, which apparently Loki's in Deadpool now. So
is he?
Yeah, they're going to tie Loki with Deadpool.
But yeah, man, this is the first you're hearing about this Knock?
I mean, I these days, like this last couple months, I put my head in the sand.
Yeah.
I focused on me and mine.
Well, you were focused on school.
That and I haven't even done much on the way of news. I don't even listen to talk radio in the morning anymore. I stopped doing that a couple months back. It was
good
just
for you.
Shit over.
Good for you.
It just they were just spewing the same nonsense. Every other day. If one side did something wrong, they'll just beat that horse to death, and if the other side says something wrong, they'll just beat that horse to death, and it's just it's nonstop. And so I don't know. I'm just gonna worry about me and my career and myself. And
there you go. And that's what you got to worry about. Let's see. Christian says he can be recast. Look what they did in Iron Man 2. Okay.
Yeah, on Pop Culture Minefield, I posted a picture of Terrence Howard's face on the Kang armor.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the memes have been awesome since this happened. I saw one with Chris Rock as Kang. I thought that was hilarious.
I also saw one with Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder.
Oh man,
that's awesome!
How crazy was that? Okay, that's too much.
That's the best. That's awesome. Well, here's my thing. I don't care about the color, whatever. The guy's a talented actor, and I hate to hear that he may have a temper problem. Now, let's hope it's not the case. Let's hope it's a crazy chick trying to get him in trouble. Let's hope that's what it is. Because if it's not, if he's actually one of these guys that thinks he can put hands on women, I don't see how Disney can. They're going to have to recast his role, and that's a shame because this guy is talented. I do like him as an actor. I think he's really good. But that's one of those things that I just can't separate the artist from the art. If you beat on women,
Yeah.
I can't back you, brother. I'm sorry about that.
I think what's
know?
gonna be the most damaging, if anything at all, is if pictures get out.
Yeah, because
How minor are these injuries?
right?
And if they weren't minor, then
Yeah.
those pictures get out, then he's fucked. Everything is always changed when there's pictures and video.
My
Where's
man
the
Don's over
taxi
here
cab?
giving me the local news during the broadcast, man. He's giving me the local news during the broadcast. You see this? There was a shooting on I-49 today. When is there not a shooting on I-49? We live in Shreveport, bro. It's Detroit. It's the minor league Detroit, man. Come on, man. Yeah. I mean, okay. You're saying that he's in, and this is rumor or this is fact that he's in the Deadpool movie.
It's rumor right now that just came out. It's like it's a scooper. I don't know any accurate, but they're linking that they're supposedly that either Owen Wilson or Tom Hiddleston's going to show up in Deadpool.
Yeah. Well, one thing's for sure, he's going to be in the next Avengers movie because it's called the Kang Dynasty. So,
and he's behind Secret Wars, which I think they've now split into 2 movies.
I thought Secret Wars was going to be a series.
No,
Secret Wars, the other Avenger movie.
Yes, the other Avenger movies, but they're going to split that in 2.
I'm thinking of Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion is the series that starts.
Now that hasn't been backed up, has it? They've been advertising.
June 21st. June 21st.
That's right.
No, that's in the can. They're not going to back that one up. That's already shot. They need to get that out there so they can get those, get some.
But the Marvels is backed up. What I'm trying to say here, guys, I know I'm going around the bush about it, but this is just snowballing on them. It seems to be bad karma with Disney right now. They've been backing up projects due to financial worries, especially after Ant-Man didn't do near as well as they were expecting it to do. And by the way, if you guys watched our Ant-Man review, I dug the movie. I thought it was cool, except for friggin' MODOK. I thought that was the dumbest thing in the world, but I thought it was a cool movie, But boy,
it still made 400 and something million worldwide. So
yeah, but you know how they advertise these things. They advertise them like they got more money than they know what to do with. And so did it break even? Because it cost a bunch to make.
Yeah.
Even though the CGI was all messed up, and we know why that is now, because the chick that was in charge of all that stuff got sent packing last week. She became the sacrificial lamb for the monetary woes.
They got Isaac Perlmutter today.
Oh, did they?
Yep, they're folding his whole division into other branches of Disney, and they cut him loose.
Yeah, these movies underperforming and it's hurting them. I'd love to see what the park money's looking like these days too. Because I'm seeing a lot more Universal ads on the TV now.
Yeah,
I don't know if you are, but I am. I'm seeing a whole lot more Universal.
I'm going there this fall.
Are you? See, yeah, a lot of Disney when they decided to get into politics, they really screwed up, man. That is the quickest way to turn half of your fan base right the hell off, And when they started going to war with DeSantis, that plus the fact that they lost their tax exempt status there, right?
Yeah.
So
the whole
so now they have to pay all that shit, and they've never had to do that.
Not since the 60s or whatever it was.
Yeah, they have not had to do that in forever. So it looks like they're basically going through the growing pains of a company that has hit a lull and they've got new expenses. This happens to businesses and that's why we're seeing all these layoffs and stuff over there and basically getting the the fat out of the executive branch. It looks like, and
Well,
I just hope they start making better product.
Well, they're cutting 7,000 jobs across all their divisions globally.
Yeah,
that's like 4% of their work.
Yeah, really, it's a chip off the block, really, when
Yeah.
you think about it in totem, because they employ over 200,000 or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's a chip off the block. 220. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of people. But
brand value of $60.5 billion in 2022. Total assets of over $200 billion.
That's crazy, man.
That's all the land they own.
Yeah, 12 theme parks, 9 resorts, 5 cruise ships, with 2 more on the way.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Have you guys ever wanted to go on one of those cruises?
Oh yeah. Someday.
Really?
Not a Disney one.
Maybe not a Disney one, but a cruise for sure.
I would rather get on a fishing boat than get on a cruise.
There's a gaming cruise for like tabletop board games that I wouldn't mind going on.
It would have to be a good cruise. I'm not taking any cruise with a bunch of ragtag folks on there.
The only one I've thought about going on.
I have to be rich.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The only one I've thought about going on is the Jericho cruise, the wrestling one. I thought about that.
I've been on a booze cruise.
There's a rock one too out there.
Well, they're all booze cruises, bro.
Yeah.
This was just on a little river.
Right. But yeah, man. And I hate it for the guy, because this guy, all of a sudden, he was being pushed in Hollywood. He's in Creed 3 and Ant-Man, and he's been doing well. I hate to see somebody take an opportunity and blow it,
Yeah.
And let's hope that maybe he stubbed his toe and he can turn it around. That wife beating stuff though, man, I don't know. That's not cool territory for me.
Nope.
So, and our last one, that before we get into other stuff like Star Wars, like Knox always going to get us into, the last one we got to look at tonight off of the thumbnail is the unfortunate shooting this week in Nashville. The question I'm asking tonight is, are they suppressing the manifesto? And it sure seems like they are. Okay, so you guys know the story. Let me get the right sharing thing up here. It's going to take me a couple of shares to do this. Okay, so we got this one. Nashville School shooting was apparently a targeted attack, police say. The shooter opened fire on a private Christian grade school in Nashville Monday, killing 3 children and 3 adults, officials said. The shooter was fatally shot by police at the Covenant School in the city's affluent Green Hills neighborhood, authorities said. Nashville Police Chief John Drake said the preliminary investigation indicated the shooting was targeted. However, the ongoing probe was not suggested that any of the victims were targeted individually. Authorities clarified on Tuesday police still have not determined the possible motive. We have no evidence that the individuals were specifically targeted. Don Aaron, the director of media relations at the Nashville Police Department. This church building was a target of the shooter, but we have no information at present to indicate that the shooter was specifically targeting any one of the 6 individuals who were murdered. It goes on to tell about how they got up to 7 weapons legally. And, all of this seems like it's kind of strange because the Covenant School shooter was under care of for emotional disorder and hid guns at home, police say. The 28-year-old who killed 3 children and 3 adults, blah, 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 was under care for emotional disorder and had legally bought 7 firearms that were hidden at home, Metro Nashville Police Chief John Drake said Tuesday. The parents of the shooter, Audrey Hale, spoke to police and said they knew Hale had bought and sold one weapon and believed that was the extent of it. So the parents didn't know anything. Now, this person is 28 years old. I need to point out again, on the morning Hale left home with a red bag, and the parents asked what was inside, but were dismissed, Drake said. But it's interesting to me that she was under care for emotional disorder.
And 28
That's
and still living at home.
28 still living at home. Yeah, that's I mean, that's a lot of this generation these days. And there's reasons for it. We're not going to get into that tonight, but I mean, a lot of them do stay at home for different reasons these days. But to think that the parents didn't know that they had 7 weapons in their house, I'd have known that. I'd have known my kid had 7 weapons in my house. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm one of those weirdos that'll just barge in their room. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying?
You're living under your house, your roof.
Yeah, it's my roof. Shoot, even after when they became adults, I told them, I said, look, there's only one rooster in the hen house, man. No, you don't mess around here. You go somewhere else, So yeah, that's bizarre to me that she had an arsenal there and they didn't know about it. That's just weird. But the thing I did want to show you was, and they're making a big thing about putting this out there, guys. Let me get this set up real quick. Take me just a second. The response by the tactical guys that showed up, and they were, they did a great job on this. And I really highly recommend that you check out the Officer Tatum on YouTube. He does a tactical breakdown on this. But I'm going to share some of the video. They released the body cam video today of what, I think, no, it was yesterday they released it. And we'll just show you some of this real quick.
No sound.
Okay. Hang on one second. I will get it right for you guys. I promise you. Promise you I will. Let's see. Stop sharing. I didn't check that box. I hate that because the first screen has it checked and you think it's checked. It's just automatic. You think it's checked. Okay. Here we go. Drag this back to the beginning. Okay.
He's releasing new body cam video of the Nashville school shooting. The footage shows officers entering the school, going door to door before finding and killing the shooter 3 minutes later. The video comes as we learn new details about the 6 victims of the shooting. Alex Perez is in Nashville with more. We do want to warn you, these images may be disturbing.
Let's go! Metro Nashville Police releasing the dramatic body camera footage of those terrifying moments officers arrived at the Covenant School Monday. An active shooter already inside. Officers arriving quickly at the private Christian school, immediately met by staff.
Kids are all locked down, but we have 2 kids that we don't know where they are.
Okay. Entering the building, sirens blaring.
And they didn't wait either. If you see the whole video,
going door to door, body camera capturing police clearing each classroom, a bathroom, and down the hall. Sounds like it's upstairs. The officers, realizing the shooter had taken a position on the 2nd floor common area, rushing up the stairs. Within 3 minutes of arrival, officers Rex Engelbert and Michael Colazzo zeroing in, opening fire, killing the shooter. The horrific tragedy leaving 3 young children and 3 staff members dead.
Yeah, it's a shame. But if you go to the Officer Tatum's channel, I follow him, and I have a friend of mine that's ex-law enforcement that told me about him. He's really good at this stuff, and he breaks it down. He said the only problem he saw in the entire video and these guys just pulled their stuff out of their cars and got up in there quick. The one guy at the door at the beginning of it was yelling for a third guy. Let's go. We're not waiting. Right. And they went in there, and the only problem he saw when they went in the first hallway, the shotgun took the lead. He said, "Nah, you don't ever lead with a shotgun." He said that's the only problem I saw the entire time, but said they did a good job on it. The main thing I wanted to cover tonight, though, that's just all a background, and kudos to those officers for getting that taken care of as quickly as possible. They probably saved a lot of lives, because if you watch most of the videos, that person is just walking around looking for something to shoot. It's the whole way. But the thing I wanted to get into tonight was, let's see. Yeah, this right here. I've got to share it a different way again, because that other one's just for video. Apparently, the Nashville police refused to release the trans school shooters manifesto. This is from the Daily Caller. The Nashville police will not be releasing the manifesto of the deceased Covenant school shooting suspect. A police spokesperson told the Daily Caller News Foundation on Tuesday. Nashville Metro Police Department announced that they had found writings from the 28-year-old transgender suspect, Audrey Hale's home Monday, that indicated a calculated and planned attack, according to the police press release. Spokesman told the Daily Caller Tuesday that the department had no intentions of releasing the documents to the public anytime soon, citing the ongoing investigation, which they have every right to do, no doubt. No, we will not be releasing the manifesto during an open investigation, spokesman for the police department. So, yeah, okay. So that, okay, I'm one of these guys that I don't want to give these guys 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you're going to release one person's dirty laundry, you got to release all of it, right?
Yep.
And we've seen in shootings like this before, they've made points of saying, this person was this person was that, and blah, 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 I remember, I think Gary and them were talking about the Fort Hood shooter not too long ago. I think it was this afternoon on Dangerous Military News, weren't they?
Yeah.
And I remember when that happened. And they told all about this guy, no doubt about it. The Army was really outgoing with it. So yeah, I mean, and this is the thing: if that person, they treat everybody differently. The powers that be treat them all differently. They don't. There must be something in that manifesto.
Yeah,
that's going to make it sound really bad for transgender people. That's the only thing I can glean from this. Otherwise, why wouldn't they release it? Active investigation. The person's gone. They're not prosecuting anybody. They haven't leaned towards it was a planned attack by more than one person. So I don't understand the thinking here. I really don't. It's crazy to me. But both sides are taking advantage of a tragedy. We've got, let's see, I already grabbed that, didn't I, John? Put it on my thingamabob. Let me see. The article you gave me? Yeah, I think I already set that up. Hang on. Let's see. Bear with me, guys. Yeah, here it is. This one is from the Daily Mail. Says that the controversial group behind Trans Day of Vengeance raised money for firearms training as other trans protesters pose with guns ahead of march in D.C. on Saturday. The protest was rebranded before the Nashville tragedy from visibility to vengeance by Trans Radical Activist Network. But some social media users appear to have taken the protest to another level and have posed with powerful firearms posted along with the hashtag. Twitter has since removed more than 5,000 posts that have used the flyer for the event on April 1st. I think it's funny that they're doing this on April Fool's Day, by the way. I
Yeah.
think it's funny. I sometimes wonder if people look at a calendar, you know. Yeah. But yeah, we got that on this side of it, right? But on the other side of it, not everybody's agreeing with this young woman. You got Blair White who's saying, stop victimizing this crazy bitch. You know, and she's talking about an article that was put out by the New York Post. The Nashville shooter, Aubrey Hale, was heartbroken over death of friend she was infuriated with. So
Infatuated
with. Did I say infuriated? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Infatuated with. So, you know, it's all a real big mess, but I like to boil it down this way. I don't care what color you are, what gender you are. You have no right to be walking in and shooting people that have nothing to do with what your particular problems are. They have nothing to. Now, apparently she attended this school and had problems with it is a Christian school. You know, it's one of these faith-based organizations that has a school going, you know.
Yeah. I think it's Presbyterian.
Is it? Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. But you know, I don't care what your particular political beliefs are or whatever. No political belief you have is righted by you walking into a school and shooting people.
Nope.
That is an act of somebody that is mentally unstable, and apparently this chick was, you know.
Well,
and they always pick a place that has no security to it. None. They know they're not going to get shot at.
Soft targets.
Yeah. It's a damn shame. What were you going to say, John? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, this woman was 28 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And that's at least 10 years past when she left the school. So, you know, none of those kids, especially at 9 years old, was there. And even if 9-year-old, I mean, that's just ridiculous shooting kids that young.
Yeah.
You know, they're completely innocent.
Mm-hmm. And I still say...
This is a case of, this is a case of her wanting to cause maximum harm and bring maximum visage on whatever her thing is.
Yeah. Yeah. If you go and watch the video on the Officer Tatum's channel, he has I don't know where he got it, because I was looking for one earlier today of the raw footage, but you know, there was rumor that she had gone in through a side door. She blew the doors open to that place. She shot them up. There were glass doors. She shot them up to get inside. And it's just, here's my deal. Okay. And I've said this, you know, people are looking for answers, maybe not as much answers, but ways to prevent this, right? And there's a couple of things we could do to prevent it. First of all, there's plenty of veterans in this nation that would gladly, you know, put a rifle on their back and guard that school for you. They would do it in 2 seconds. I would sign up for that duty if it was part-time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No problem. I got no problem doing it, you know? The other thing about it is the state of mental health care in this country. And I've been saying it for years. I work in that industry in a fashion. I mean, I've worked helplines. I work as a resident manager at a rehab, and you know, these people they've got problems, and a lot of them are on medication. And my biggest problem is this. I know in the past they've used a lot more therapy and counseling and tried to, not as much the drugs, but it sure seems like they're writing prescriptions as fast as they can write them these days.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the way they're being trained in schools now. If I mean, there's so many different things that have to do with that part of it. I mean, the training they go through in college to get them ready to counsel people and things like that. Who's to say that, they're not pushing drugs as a way to calm these people down. I just, that's the component. And here's another thing. It's that article said she bought 7 guns legally, right?
Yeah.
How did she legally buy 7 guns being under the care of a doctor for a mental health issue? How did she do that? Because I know every state in the friggin' US of A has friggin' safeguards for that if they're being practiced correctly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The background checks definitely unearth that stuff. Let's see. Oh, what's up? How you doing, Christopher Holly? That's Sears, by the way, Knock. But yeah, man, it's a scrape. But I gotta say, this person has gone the way of the dodo. You really need to watch Tatum's thing. He said she went from being they them to what do you say? Was-were. Yeah. With the quickness. And these guys did deal with it pretty damn quick. The body cam video it's less than 6 minutes long, and they were in there and found that person in like just over half that time. I mean, they were clearing. That's the thing. These poor guys, the police. Yeah, there's good ones, there's bad ones, but they got a shitty damn job, folks.
Yeah.
Because you saw what they were doing. They were going room to room because they don't know where this person is. They have no intel about that. They didn't start running up the stairs till they heard gunfire. When they heard that, that's when they took off. I just, who cares if this person's transgender? Who cares if they're white or black? I don't. What I do care about is the fact that they were able to get those guns with a mental health problem. That is the issue to me. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, John?
I'm kind of mixed on the whole thing because the red flag laws are. I generally don't agree with red flag laws. Now, if you're under active care, yeah, there should be some sort of notification that, hey, this person's under has mental health issues and could be a danger to themselves or others.
Yeah.
And if they didn't pick that up, then that's a failure of whoever was treating her.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing about it is I don't know. I mean, it sure seems like every time, not every time. I can't say that, not every time, but in a large percentage of these shootings, there is some kind of mental health drug being administered to the shooter.
Yep.
Okay. And it's something that really there needs to be better communication between, and here's the hardest part about it. When you're dealing with these things, a lot of it has to do with HIPAA laws.
Yep.
People have rights about their medical, standing. That they have rights to keep that to themselves. But when I just feel like when it comes to the right to bear arms, that one right there, if you're mentally unstable, man, I just don't.
The problem is that this is my problem with that, and that is who decides you're mentally unstable?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you go into a school shooting people, you're unstable.
Oh yeah,
That's
definitely.
for sure.
But
that's for sure.
That's too late.
Yep. That is too late. There's no clean way to take care of this problem. If you're going to have a
No.
free country, you're going to have stuff like this. But once again, I think the way we treat mental illness is one thing. On the other side of that, stop with the soft targets. Get some people that can friggin' protect that place. You know, that may be the biggest issue out of it all, is that they don't have anybody protecting these places with a gun on their hip. I worked in a nightclub where people were drinking, and there was a friggin' sheriff's deputy up at the front of the place with a gun on his hip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, if they can protect bars, why can't they protect schools? It's ridiculous. Because nobody's got a gun in a friggin' bar. They're not supposed to. I mean, there's very definite laws against, the use of alcohol and firearms at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just not able to do that. And I don't understand why we can't have the same kind of protections for our young people that we'd have for a bunch of middle-aged power drinkers. I don't get it.
If not veterans, which I think would be perfect, because A, it gives them a job, and B, it's serving their country still.
Yeah.
And second thing is, if not that, then the police should have somebody at every school.
Yeah, they should. Yeah. I mean,
every soft, it's.
The conspiracy theorist in me is going, do they want these people unprotected? Do they want this to go on? I'm like, at what point do we start, I mean, I've heard arm the teachers. Not every teacher wants to have a gun in their hand. You know what I mean? That they're there to help people in their brain, not with a gun.
Well, my
Most of them are.
sister has her concealed carry, and she's gone through the courses. And
does her school allow her to carry one?
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I've heard there are states trying to pass those kind of laws.
Yeah,
to where teachers can do that, and
I don't think she takes it into the school, but I know she does keep it in her car.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
She's at the school.
Yeah, I just, it's weird, man, because I don't know how it is where you're from, John. I know you're about my age, but if somebody tried to shoot up my school, that some bitch had been dead in a couple of minutes, really quick, before the police even got there, because every hunter in the fucking school would have gone right out to their fucking truck and got their rifle.
It's interesting that you say that, Joe, but we would have thought something like that would have happened in Texas. And it did not.
Yeah.
The most gun-toting fucking state, we hit one of them, waited an hour. And it's unfortunate that
you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, you could, I think it depends on this. I don't want to say situation. It depends on who's in charge. It depends on who arrives first. They didn't wait for a perimeter, when they got
they
there.
didn't. Those, if you go watch
right
that video, they went right in there, man. They weren't wasting no damn time.
And I don't know if that's because of what has occurred in the past. This is going to happen again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And no laws are going to stop it from happening again.
No,
it's just not going to happen. Then nothing is going to change until the underlying root of the issue is resolved, and that is the mental health of people that are committing these atrocities.
Yep.
It doesn't matter, because all they would do is, if they couldn't get a firearm, would just kill less people with knives, with swords, spears, whatever.
And we've heard stories of people doing that. We've heard stories of people doing it.
That would be the only difference. They would just kill less people. That's it.
UK still has tons of violence, but it's all knives now.
Yep.
And I never like doing the militia thing. It does seem outdated, but it's not wrong either to say I don't think we should trust the government. That's not wrong to say that.
No, it's
not. You should never put complete faith in the government. If you do, you give them cause to take over everything. And militia is a way to keep that checks and balances.
Yep.
And if you take those away, there's nothing to fight back with besides numbers, which, so it's an unfortunate scenario that we have nowadays where there's no good answer, but
Yeah.
everyone wants to try to fight firearms, when that's not the real problem.
No, it's not.
Like Joe said, we need to focus on mental health issues.
Yeah. Need to focus on that and ending soft targets.
Yeah.
If you had somebody with a gun outside that school, that person would have never shown up. They'd have gone somewhere else.
We've got armed people at church.
Dude, I've been hearing more and more stories about that. Yeah. There's more and more of those play stupid games, win stupid prizes stories, man, of guys just getting gunned down in the middle of a church because either the church has hired security or they've allowed certain parishioners to carry their guns inside. The pastors allowed them to do it. You know what I mean?
Well, we've got signs up that say, "Hey, we've got armed security."
Yeah, I don't know why more places don't do that. Can you imagine how infrequent this would happen if they just put that sign up? Maybe not even, just have a cop show up every once in a while. Just put that sign up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like a no trespassing sign out in a rural part of the United States. I know if I see that around here, I'm not going anywhere near that land. That's for sure. Because one, I don't want to get shot. Number two, I don't want to get a pit bull on my leg. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, yeah. Let's see. Christian says, look at the city of London, England. Yeah. There's a lot of violence going on there. But it's not guns. It's like you said, it's knives. I heard one story about a sword attack there.
Yep.
Shit like that.
London stand.
Yeah. London stand. What's the weirdest one I've heard? It's Chirac, right?
Yeah, Chicago, Chirac.
Chirac. Yeah. Yikes. Man. And it's not funny. These people have moved to those cities to live, thrive, and survive, and their leadership there has let them down, let businesses leave town. That's exactly what's going on here. I mean, why I'm here. It's because my job left, so I mean, it's just, I don't know.
I will point out that there's something, the top 20 most dangerous cities, with the exception of one, it's the same thing in common.
What's that?
That's Democratic leadership for at least 30 years.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. I'll buy that one. Yeah.
I think the only exception is San Diego.
Okay. I was shocked. This last election, they actually voted in a Republican in Shreveport. I guess they're getting tired of the gunfire at night. I don't know. Yeah. I could not believe it. I was like, what? Shreveport? You're kidding me. What the hell? Let's see. Christian says, and acid attacks in London. Oh my God, really?
Well,
Splashing acid on people? Ugh.
That's from one segment of the population who follow a certain religion, which I won't name.
Don't need to get into that.
Yeah, don't. Well, I don't want to get you canceled. So
right. No, thank you. I appreciate it, man. But anyway, well, that's it for the stuff I came with tonight. Anything else you guys want to yak about tonight? Knock, here's your window, man. Did you leave us for good?
Oh no, I don't really have it. I watched The Mandalorian today. It was good.
Yeah. How's the new episode? Was it at least half an hour long?
I think it was 40 minutes. No, it was a good one.
It was good. Okay.
It was a good one. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it then. I'm watching it. I'm keeping up on it. I'm enjoying Picard a lot more though.
Yep,
that show is really good, man. I've been telling
I have
David.
to, but I don't have Paramount right now, so that's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've been telling my my stepson David, he loves Next Generation. That's his Trek, you know. It's what he grew up on. He went to Star Trek conventions and stuff, and he isn't watching it. He wants to binge it. I'm like, dude, you need to start watching it with me. I can't talk to you about it if you don't catch up on it. He said he would, but I'll be shocked if he does.
Well, there's talk about some of the next gen stars being in a spin-off series called Star Trek Legends.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Geordi wants to be in it. Jonathan Frakes wants to be in it.
Yeah. Picard needs to hang it up, man. He's getting too old.
Yeah,
that guy's old.
He
is. He looks like he's struggling to talk on camera, man.
Well, his voice sounds
but I love
so
the
weak.
kid. The one thing I like about this show, man, is I like the younger generation in this show. I like those characters a lot. I love the guy. Well, I'm not going to. Knock hasn't seen it, so I can't really talk about that. But yeah, I like the younger generation in this show. The first episode's called The Next Generation, and it's, you know, it.
And
you gotta watch it, man. It's good.
The big bad's played by Amanda Plummer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who chews that scenery every time she's on screen.
Do I need to watch Discover before Picard?
No, don't watch any of it. Just turn this on, bro.
I was actually enjoying Discover. It got all weird and wonky, but and then I didn't have. I hadn't watched when they went to that alternate universe or something like that. And
well, they went to the future.
And
that's when I actually enjoyed it more.
Yeah,
Really?
no, I thought it went all over the place. I thought I was enjoying it. I just haven't had Paramount Plus since then, so I haven't kept up with it.
I watched.
But, it's in my rotation. I'm gonna rotate it through.
But
I watched it. Go ahead, John.
You don't need to watch Picard. Just pretend Picard never happened. Picard first 2 seasons, because this is effectively Next Generation. It's got the themes from Next Generation. It's got the same fonts.
Yes. Does it got to have a different name? Or what?
Yeah, it's still Picard,
but
the credits are all done with the it's the
dude.
Star Trek the end theme from Next Generation. You know that
Actually,
one.
the music at the end of it's from First Contact.
Is it from First Contact?
Yes,
I
it's
thought it
from
was
First
from Next.
Contact.
Well, I thought that
which is
not
a Next
Star Trek
Generation
guy,
movie.
So I don't know about anything about the music. But
Oh, I do. Dude, I'm a Trek fan. I love it. I love it.
I thought it was the same theme that they used for Next Gen for the end credits.
I think it could. Well, look, it could be the same thing in both theme in both of them.
Yeah.
If you understand my meaning, I thought it was the end credits from First Contact, but I could be wrong. It could be the same one for both of them. Who knows? But Christian is asking, any news on East Palestine, Ohio? No, all of a sudden, it's not in the news at all, man.
Nope.
I can't. I'm gonna have to really dig before tomorrow night to find something out about it, because it has dried up out there. Don't know what's going on out there.
Yeah, they're just pretending it didn't happen.
Yeah, I haven't seen a word about it. All I hear about when I'm looking at into my headlines and stuff is this shooting, Johnathon Majors, and the South China Sea and the U.S. rattling sabers with China. That's all that's going on now on the news stuff, Christian. You'll see all that tomorrow night with me and Danny. But yeah, I'm enjoying Picard a lot. Mandalorian's okay, but they're not knocking out of the park. I enjoyed the Jedi flashback, that one episode. I thought that was cool as shit.
Yeah, even though it was like 25 minutes long, but
right. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's in the past. It's not new stuff. I want to see some new stuff with a Jedi in it, damn it. And not one that's that tall, all right?
Well, that's what we're gonna get with Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
yes.
why I
and
can't
I'm
wait
looking
for
forward to that. Yes.
It's gonna be a great show. Ezra and Ahsoka, maybe another one.
Hera's going to be in it. They're so that means
Sabine's
we'll
probably gonna be in it too. Huh?
Sabine's in it. We're probably going to get Chopper too, because if Hera's there, Chopper's there.
You gotta have a droid, yeah.
Now, are these guys from New Lore or the old?
These are from Rebels. These are from Rebels.
Okay.
Star Trek Rebels. Okay.
Yeah, Star Wars Rebels.
Star Wars Rebels.
Now it's that's an animated one.
It is, yes.
Yeah,
It is.
I
It is
guess I'm
lore.
gonna have
It
to
is
start
lore.
watching animated shit just to get the lore on this crap.
I'm telling you,
I
if
guess.
you watch Clone Wars, you'll learn a ton more about Ahsoka. And then if you watch Rebels, you'll get a lot of backstory heading into Ahsoka.
Okay.
A lot
Yeah.
of it. You'll find out who Ezra Bridger is and the crew. If you watch Bad Batch, they even intertwine with that a little. Not Bad Batch, but
Really?
yeah, Bad Batch goes into it as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
but-
because Rex was on Bad Batch.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I
I
love
just
Rex.
I'm just now getting. into
If
the
nothing
streaming
else,
thing.
watch it for the lore. That's why
Yeah.
I watched Clone Wars. I watched it for the lore. It was a great series,
Yeah.
but I watched it for the lore.
Well, Rebels is going to set up the big bad for the arc with Ahsoka.
Grand Admiral Thrawn, one of my favorite characters of all
Yep.
time.
That they
Yeah.
pulled out
I
of-
keep
out
hearing
of
about this
expanded
guy. Who's gonna
universe.
play him on screen, man?
I don't know.
He's kind of thin, right?
He isn't. I think he said that he's not doing it, but the guy that voices him is Mad Mikkelsen's brother,
Really?
and he could play the part. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. All right.
My
Tall,
my
slender.
dream one. My dream one was I always forget his name, but Lucius Malfoy.
Oh yeah. What is his name?
He was also in the Patriot with Mel Gibson, the bad guy.
Yeah.
the bad English.
Oh my
guy.
God! Yeah, that guy's awesome.
Yeah,
The guy-
he would be an awesome Grand Admiral Thrawn. He has that like very smooth. Grand Admiral Thrawn is a very smooth operator.
Hang on.
Like,
let me
yeah,
check and
he's
see.
very
Let me
intelligent.
find that guy real quick.
Yeah.
Now that
I'm
you
sure
said
there's
it.
pictures of out there with it. I've seen a picture with him too in the blue getup.
Oh yeah, you know fans love to take their dream casting and put blue skin on him, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Do that.
See if I
Yeah.
can find something
With some
I forget.
Photoshop. Yep.
Uh,
Let's see. Patriot. Yeah, that guy is awesome. He's British, isn't he?
Pretty
I
sure.
believe he is. Patriot. Okay. Come on, man. Patriot's one of my favorite movies, by the way. Scroll down. Blah, 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 blah. Here he is. Jason Isaacs.
Jason Isaac. Yeah.
Jason Isaacs is this guy's name.
There we go.
Yeah, he was the villain in first season STD.
Really?
Here we go, Joe.
I got you.
On this
Whenever
list.
you pop it up there. Boom. There he
This
is.
the top 10.
Oh no. Wait,
No,
that's
this is top 10. This is Michael Fassbender.
that's Michael Fassbender. Yeah,
Here's Hugo Weaving.
he's too old.
See that
He's
one.
too
Too old.
Tom Hiddleston.
Ah, come on, bro.
know.
No,
I didn't even look at this. Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch was a lot of fan favorites.
not bad. Not bad.
He was a big. So this is going down from 10 to 1.
John
So
Hamm.
No.
John
Oh.
Hamm.
No.
Lee Pace. I'm not sure.
No.
No.
Here he
Jason
is. Jason
Isaacs,
Isaacs.
yeah.
There you go.
Yep. Anthony Starr. Oh wow.
Homelander.
Wow.
Homelander. Wow. I don't know
You
about
gonna
that
play
one.
the villain on every show?
He and Glenn. That would be a
Glenn
good
ain't
one.
bad.
Lars Mikkelsen. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Lars Mikkelsen. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's got all
Lars
the cheekbones.
Mikkelsen.
Oh man.
He's got the yeah.
Wow, he does
And
have
he's
hollowed out
the voice,
cheekbones.
and he's the voice from Rebels.
Mm.
Is he? Well,
Yeah.
there you
I mean,
go.
it wouldn't be the
Voice is
first time
strong.
that they brought back someone that was the voice. That's
Katie Sackhoff.
yeah, Katie Sackhoff. She was the voice of her character in the show, and
Well, there
Well,
you go, man.
yeah.
Christian talking about Ohio says it's disgusting, all those people and their lives ruined. And he says he was in STD and Event Horizon. Oh, he must be talking about
Jason Isaacs.
Jason Isaacs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
He was a
Yeah.
venereal disease.
What is STD?
Star Trek Discovery.
Well, when two
Oh,
people
okay.
love each other,
Yeah,
too
I do
much,
remember.
and,
Shut up, asshat.
and they
I know
share.
what a sexually transmitted disease is, you fool. Good Lord.
So I don't know who they're going to go with. I don't know if there's been any rumors or exactly who they're going to pick, but that character, I
They
can't.
got to do it
Can't wait.
right, or they're going to have backlash, aren't they?
There's been definitely from me.
There you go. See?
No, I'm kidding. Dude,
sometimes you can come off as a homer for this stuff. Okay,
dude,
so that's what I'm saying.
This is this guy. Can you? I'm just trying to,
This guy is so smart. He can look at art of a society
and figure out their weak points.
Yep.
Wow.
But his character is so good that he died in Legends.
Mm-hmm.
He was killed in he lost. He lost Legends, and his character is so good that when Disney restarted it, they brought his character back.
Would you say
he was even created by George Lucas? He was created by a writer, Timothy Zahn.
Created by Timothy Zahn. Yep.
Would you say he's on a Darth Vader level? This bad guy.
Darth Vader was like very weary of this dude. He dealt with Darth Vader a lot. He knew who Darth Vader was.
Yeah, there's no way they don't come out and say he knows.
He suspected. He knew. He knew.
There's no way Thrawn didn't know that Anakin Skywalker was Darth Vader.
He worked with Anakin Skywalker before Anakin became Darth Vader, and then he knew about it. Like if you read his books, whenever even Darth Vader, as he's thinking, suspects that Thrawn knows who he is because of one of the books that has Thrawn in it, one of the new books.
Yeah,
they go on a mission together as Darth Vader. And while this mission is going on, there's this flashback story going on of Thrawn and Anakin on a mission. So it's like going concurrently throughout the book, this parallel timeline. Yeah. So Thrawn absolutely knew who it was. Maybe not have had complete proof, but he's a super smart guy. He found out about the Death Star before it was actually revealed to him, because he thought it was a waste. He thought the Death Star was a waste of time. Didn't want it.
Wow.
He thought it was a waste of resources.
Wow. Waste of resources.
Absolutely. He wanted. He was like, "Why is my project?" Because he didn't know about it at first. He found out about it because of secrets for getting the supply line was getting fucked up.
Yeah.
and so he's like, "Why is my project not being?" I have a good. He wanted to do lines of TIE Defenders.
Yep.
TIE Defenders are the best craft, the starfighter that the Empire ever created. It was faster than anything the Rebels had. It had shields, had a hyperdrive, all that good stuff. And that was the biggest knock against Imperial starfighters, was that they didn't have shields, and they weren't. They were very fast, but they were very, fragile.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't care about their pilots because they didn't have shields, and shields kept you alive longer. They let you learn from your mistakes. So by the end of the war, the Rebels had better pilots because they had shields. They just lived longer, so they learned more.
So let me ask you this: since we're talking about vehicles and stuff, what is your favorite vehicle in Star Wars? Mine's the Millennium Falcon. I can tell you without even thinking. That's my favorite one. Always has been. Always will be. They've had
I don't know. I don't know if I really care about any of the vehicles per se.
Really?
I always liked the Clone Troopers transport carrier. I always thought that was pretty cool. When I used to like flying it in Battlefront 2, the original one, not the new crap that they put out.
I got to go with the AT-AT.
Oh, there you go. That one's cool. The
See, I
walkers?
prefer the SDHs than the AT. I thought the ATs were too slow.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be slow. They're the I'm talking real AT-ATs, not that that gorilla one that has the big giant arms in front that was in the trilogy, the sequel trilogy.
No, I don't know if I have a. I mean, I like the sleekness of
saying the two-legged walker. I think that's what he's talking about.
I think that's the ST.
Yeah, the ST.
I like the smoothness of the
all-terrain scout transport.
Yeah, I like the smoothness of the old Jedi starfighters. Those are pretty cool, but I never really cared about the vehicles
and
too much.
The Naboo starfighters kind of growing on me.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Really? It's too chrome, too sleek. No,
I just need some more light.
I don't like
need
any of the Naboo craft, but there you go. That's my thing. I want to see some Jedi. That's what I want to see.
That was a big thing that over this last week was, what's his name, Ahmed Best or whatever, the Jar Jar Binks. his redemption tour this last week.
Yeah, how nice was
That
that?
was pretty cool. I mean,
thought it was
I
cool,
didn't know what
too.
the actor's name was. I never knew. I didn't, but I never went that
Oh,
far
yeah.
behind.
He got a lot of
finding out who
flack for
Jar Jar
playing
Binks is,
Park.
but yeah, he did get a lot of flack for it, and this is pretty cool. He's a cool
a lot
character.
of it
I'm
was
interested to see
media.
what happened.
Yeah.
A lot of it was the media that's now praising him.
Yeah.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
I
I
was-
never cared
I
about
was-
that
when
character.
I-
I thought
when
he was comedic relief. That's all he was.
Yeah.
I still held to the theory that he was actually the Sith Lord.
I love that
Right.
theory.
That-
I
that-
love that theory. It's
that
one of my
would be
favorite theories out
cool.
there.
I think that
Like,
would be cool.
It would have been the ultimate, like, holy crap. Like,
Right?
that's like when they, I don't know if you guys watch South Park, when certain people find out just how evil Cartman is. It's how diabolical he is. They're scared. They pee their pants like how diabolical. That's the level Jar Jar Binks could have gotten if it turned out that he was a bad guy. Like,
Well, yeah, I
it
mean,
would've been
when you first meet Yoda, the older statesman of the Jedi, right? He's acting like a complete goon, right?
Yep.
yeah, Jar Jar
why-
just took it to a whole nother level. That's all.
took it to a different level. There's no way this guy could be the all-knowing.
Who nominated the
all-fucking-
Chancellor? Who
Right.
nominated it? Like,
Right? He did.
Was he
wanted to the
goofing
chair.
around the battlefield, or was he playing drunken master? Jackie
Yep.
Chan and drunken master.
Yep.
It's
Too good,
you
man.
know.
Too
But
good. I-
unfortunately, in the books, they had him as a clown,
yeah.
homeless clown sitting by a fountain trying to entertain kids.
Oh man, that's messed up.
I'm like,
Wow.
dude, you can't do that to Jar Jar.
I'm a little
everybody.
interested to see how far they're going to go with the High Republic stuff. But that's another thing of them going back into the past. And,
We're gonna have to do a whole Star Wars show where we just
don't mess with my heart like that.
I'm not gonna mess with your heart. I wouldn't
Don't
be.
make promises. You
I
can't
like
keep.
Star Wars, dude. I just don't like the current iterations of it. I'm just not. I'm not all into it like you are, man. It's got to be good for me to like it. I tell you what, if I never see Rise of Skywalker again, it'd be too soon. I mean that movie was a
I
piece of
actually haven't
crap.
really watched any of those trilogies since I saw them in theaters. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah, I
them on
haven't
TV
either.
every once in a while, just because it's on. But
Yeah.
I never really paid attention to it.
I liked Force Awakens, but it's definitely A New Hope rehashed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean,
And that was the biggest crime that they pulled, was not having Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill,
it's been
and
said
Harrison
a million
Ford
times, and I
on
agree with
screen
you.
at the same time.
Yeah, how do you not do that? That's just, it's kind of like when we're talking football knock, a coach out coaching themselves. That's what they did with that shit.
Yeah.
They really did. It's a simple formula. They've been doing it for since 1977.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's a simple formula.
Lightsabers, other worlds. Like it just
Hello?
writes itself. You don't
It
have to do
does
that
write
much.
itself, right?
No, what do you do? You just blow up the other ones with some other
Oh,
weapon that
man.
they've come up
Yeah.
with.
I liked Andor. I liked
Andor
that
was good.
gritty. I liked that gritty because I liked Rogue One.
I did too. I think it's the best thing that Disney Star Wars has done.
Yep.
Was Rogue One. I mean, that Darth Vader scene at the end of it was worth the price of admission alone.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
man.
that's you've played Fallen Jedi, haven't you, Joe?
I haven't finished it.
Oh,
And I know I've got to finish it because the new one comes out
dude.
when? In June?
yeah, and they have a
No,
Vader scene.
new one
in
comes
there.
out in April.
It comes out
April.
really
Oh
soon.
shit! I
Oh,
got
yeah.
to get. Well, I'm playing my games tonight, so
There's
I
some
might have
good
to
scenes in
jump
there.
on that tonight.
Yeah, you got to at least finish it. There's
Here's
actually
my
a
problem
scene-
with that game, though, bud. It's got components I can't stand. It's got the Tomb Raider thing where you got to solve puzzles and crap. that pisses me off.
Yeah,
That pisses me off. Let me hit something with my lightsaber. That's all I care about. Come on.
That is
And
true.
there's the whole thing where you can clear a planet except for this certain part, and you've got to go
Because you don't
other
have that
places.
ability yet.
You don't
Yeah,
have
that
the
was
ability
cool.
yet. Then you have to
Then
go.
you got to go back to that planet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think I ever
whatever.
finished doing that stuff. I think eventually I just got tired of because you don't get anything good.
Right.
You just get different what do you call them, parkas or whatever. Like,
Well, I've been doing a
like
playthrough of my favorite game they've ever made, and that's Force Unleashed. So, I've been doing a replay of that.
Have you ever done the Knights of the Old Republic?
No, I don't play computer games.
Oh, man, it's not a computer; it's an Xbox game.
What?
Knights of
I
the
thought
Old, not
That was a
not the
PC
Old
too,
Republic. I'm talking about Knights of the Old Republic. There's a difference.
Knights of the Old
Knights of the Old
Republic.
Republic 1 and 2. They were on the original Xbox. And
So I could download it to my Xbox 360?
Yeah, they're in the store. I've got it on my X or my Series S.
Might have to check that out. I thought
Knights
that
of
one was the
Republic-
computer
no, they're
game.
RPGs. They're RPG games. They're like I don't know what other games do, but they're basically they're kind of like I don't know. They're RPGs. It's an RPG,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
know what
Star
an
Wars.
RPG is.
But
Yeah.
it's 2,000 years before the events of the movies.
Yeah.
This is the High
Knights
Republic.
of the Old
but
Republic. Okay.
Yep, Knights of the Old Republic.
What's the name of the MMORPG on
The
computer?
Old Republic. Star Wars: The Old Republic.
The Old Republic. Okay.
It actually takes place after those two games.
So Knights is what I need to remember.
Yeah,
Knights of the Old
Republic.
Republic.
There's 1 and 2. There's two different games. You can play them on PC, but they were originally created on Xbox.
They're
Let's see.
supposedly
Christian,
working on a
we have
remake.
got Christian into the conversation here. The only
Mm-hmm.
good new Star Wars was Rogue One. I agree with you, Christian. Absolutely. And he says, I still have my Knights of the Old Republic in my original Xbox.
Oh yeah,
wow,
they're
man.
really good. If you want an oldie and goodie, that's the
And
good-
Battlefront.
that's
He's talking about the first one,
Mhm.
not
for
the new
sure.
one. Yep.
Yeah, not the new
Mhm.
crap.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting because they're supposed to put Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation Store. And I've been waiting for it, the original one,
Oh,
and I can't wait for it.
Battlefront.
It's the PSP version.
The original.
Star Wars Battlefront 2
Okay.
is supposed to be on the PlayStation Store.
Not the second two, the first two.
From the original from the PS2 versions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say that they just added that to PlayStation Plus in the last year. I know that the newer one. Yeah.
Right. No, I'm talking about the original ones. Original number 2.
Yep. Gotcha.
The real one.
It's on EA Play too. Not that I've downloaded it and played it. But
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, guys, we're getting close to time, so let me let these guys push their wares real quick. We'll start with Knock. What's going on with you, guy? Tell us what's going on.
Nothing much. I usually show up for here on Wednesdays, and then we do have that. I'm taking that Friday off.
Yep.
After the
Last weekend in
draft
April,
night?
right?
Yeah, draft night for Thursday night. I'm all in. I'm gonna be I'm all in for. What is that going to go till like midnight or something? I'm all in.
yeah, I'm gonna
Hey,
be
man.
there.
Whatever it takes. Yeah. Hey, if you want to be there with us, John, you can come on.
No, I'm gonna be at the.
You're
draft.
going to actually
be
be
there.
there. Well,
Yeah,
then
you
you
have to be there.
definitely, my brother, you definitely need to go remote at some point.
Yeah.
I'll send you the link and you
You're
can
gonna
jump
be like,
on with us.
okay, folks, reporting live
Reporting
from the
live
draft.
from the
Das
draft.
Wolfen. Das
Our
will have
man
to do.
Das Wolfen.
It's really cold. Okay,
Yeah,
Das, thank
no.
you.
Now, it's raining sideways.
Thank you.
Right? Oh man. Okay, John, tell us what you're up to, man. Besides being our on-the-ground reporter at the draft.
Well, besides finding me here every Wednesday, you can find me Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Central on Pop Culture Minefield, at 1 p.m. Central, Friday and Saturdays on Pop Culture Minefield. On Sundays at 1 Central, I am behind the scenes generally. I may occasionally pop out for various reasons. But for the Dark Side of the Ring with Joe and Danny Ballard. And on Mondays, I'm on that 70s Rock Fans channel on It's Only Talk and Roll. And it's really good. We're in the middle of doing the Roadies series right now with the Rock and Roll Rowdies. They're a bunch of stories from the road from the view of various tour managers and roadies and stuff that worked with a lot of the best bands in the world.
Yep. Matter of fact, tomorrow morning is the next installment on Pop Culture Minefield's Morning Coffee. Yeah, man. We did that one. John and I did that show Monday about 4:00 in the afternoon Central, and that was something else. That guy Wilco, it was cool. We didn't even get through half of his resume, man.
Oh no, and that was part 2.
Yeah. Knock, you wouldn't believe the bands that this guy's managed, dude. My favorite rock band ever is Foreigner. We didn't even get to that point. We had Meatloaf was the last guy he did, right?
The last guy we
that
did
we were
detail,
talking
yeah.
about. Yeah. I mean, and the list goes on, dude. And plus, check this out, Knock. He did work on the production for Image Comics initial release of comic books. Their initial launch.
Yeah, their big launch party. He was
yeah.
behind the scenes of that, and he's also done what was the other
Cannes
thing?
Film Festival too.
Cannes Film Festival, yeah.
Not just music. So it's neat stories, man. You guys need to check it out. Well, listen, let me let you know what's going on with my channel since we're hosting it on my channel. Of course, you're watching me and my friends get together, and we're not always as serious as this, but I felt we needed to talk about some of these subjects tonight. State of the Atmosfere, where me and my friends get together and talk about pop culture and the current events of the day. And we do this every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central. And then, of course, the next time you're going to see me, I decided to split it up over 2 nights instead of doing it for one night. I'm going to start tonight at 10 o'clock. I'm going to play for a couple of hours. Papa Joe Gamer After Dark. And I am going to simulcast it across YouTube. I'm going to try using StreamYards with this new layout editor. I think I've got a layout where I can actually play the game and have a good time doing it. So I'm going to do it on Facebook, here, and Twitch. And we're going to start at 10 p.m. Central, 11 o'clock Eastern. So tune in for that tonight and tomorrow night. And speaking of tomorrow night, my brother and I get together and we hack the Matrix every Thursday night at 6 p.m. Central. The Matrix being today's headlines, breaking through that Matrix and telling you what's really going on behind the scenes. Tune in for that every Thursday night at 6 p.m. And then later on that night, it'll be Papa Joe Gamer After Dark. And then the next time you'll see me after Thursday will be Saturday afternoon, where you can see me plot the pages of The Privateer. We're already at the halfway point of issue 2. Issue 1 will be released in July. I don't know if it's going to be digital yet or actual physical copies. I'm not rich, and I don't know much about the Indiegogo scene or Kickstarter. I'm going to check into them. I don't really know how I'm going to release it yet, but I will have an answer for you soon. And you can watch me create it live for 1 hour every Saturday afternoon at 1:30 Central. And then, of course, at 1 o'clock Central Time, we got Dork Side of the Ring. And this weekend's going to be a lot of fun because the first night of WrestleMania will already be over. So we'll be talking about who won, who lost, what it means for the next night, which is going to happen after our show. The big match between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns to finish off WrestleMania. So we do that every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central. Me, Danny Ballard, and Johnny Rock get together, and John is behind the scenes helping us out with it. And we may or may not get to my segment, State of the Apron. We're going to have a lot to talk about with it, WrestleMania going on. So we may or may not have that section, but I usually do a State of the Apron where I have to let you know what's going on in the minor leagues of wrestling. And that's all brought to you by Pop Culture Minefield and KGRA Radio every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central. So for my friends, John Das Wolford and Knock, I want to thank you for being here. And until I see you again, I want you guys to like and subscribe to the channel and comment and do all that stuff. I don't tell you to do that enough. I'm going to start doing it. And until I see you again, I want you to keep on keeping on. God bless.